Hello everyone, I'm the Saxy Gamer, and today we're here for yet another Civilization 6 Wonder Spotlight, where today we are taking a look at a wonder that, for whatever reason, I just cannot pronounce, and whenever I do say it, I say it with a slight bit of accent. I don't even know why, I don't know how, but today we're taking a look at Bolshoi Theatre. So Bolshoi is a wonder that is unlocked with the opera and ballet Civic. This does make it an industrial era wonder, much like all of the other ones we've talked about recently. To get the Eureka for opera and ballet, all that you have to do is construct an art museum, and chances are if you're going to build this wonder, you're probably going to have an art museum constructed just because it is a very culturally focused wonder. So if you're going for culture victory, you'll definitely have an art museum constructed, and either way, it is very easy to get this inspiration. So you probably will have it by the time you reach opera and ballet, so very easy to get. As far as the building requirements are concerned, there are two, and they are both pretty simple, and all you have to do is put this wonder on a flat land that is adjacent to a theater square. So in pretty much any game that you have a theater square, you're probably going to have one flat land tile next to it, and you'll be able to build Bolshoi. So no issues here, really. I mean, unless you get into some very specific scenarios where you really don't have a flat land tile next to a theater square, but in any situation that you're going to build this wonder, you'll probably be able to satisfy the building requirements. It also does have a production cost of 1,450 production, which is pretty much the standard for industrial era wonders, and as I've mentioned with all the other industrial era wonders, this is, you can expect the usual 20 or so turns to construct this in a well-built city, but you're not going to be able to get this wonder in a city that you have just recently founded. Let's go ahead and talk about Bolshoi's bonuses. So it has quite a few of them. So for one, you're going to get +2 Great Writer and +2 Great Musician points per turn. You're also going to get 1 slot for a Great Work of Writing and 1 slot for a Great Work of Music. And also you're going to be awarded 2 random civics whenever you finish constructing this wonder. So these bonuses are, there's quite a few of them, and they're all very related. So obviously the writer and musician points per turn work very well with getting the work of writing and work of with the work of music slot. And one thing that I do really like is the work of music slot, because the slots for music are a little bit difficult to come by in Civ 6. I mean, it's not terribly difficult, but normally you have to wait all until you get the broadcast towers before you're able to really start using your great musicians. But this wonder is a very good way to get at least one great work of music out fairly early on, which is good because they do provide quite a bit of tourism. So that is one of my favorite reasons to build this wonder, is just to get that great work of music slot. 2 random civics are also pretty good. Obviously, it depends which one you get as to exactly how good. Whether or not you think that 2 civics are worth 1,450 production, that's really up to you. Your mileage may vary. So if you're playing a game where you already have, like 300 culture per turn, and it takes you like 3 turns to research every single one of the civics, chances are this probably isn't going to be that impactful. But if you're a little bit behind on culture, or you just really want some random civics for free, then this is a great way to get them. And I think that this is one of the better parts of this wonder's bonuses as well. As far as the writer and musician points per turn are concerned, they're okay. I mean, 2 of each isn't necessarily great. It's not going to make, a gigantic difference, but, 2 is at least better than 1, so that it has that going for it, and you get those points for 2 different types of great people, which is also good, and those great people are also just very important for culture victory, so all in all, I think that it's still a pretty good part of the bonus as well. And now it is that time to give Bolshoi its wonder rating. So if you're new to the series, all you really need to know here is that these ratings go on a 1 to 5 scale, with 1 being the worst and 5 being the best. So for its overall rating, I think that this wonder deserves a 3. I'd say it's a pretty decent wonder, and honestly, I like this wonder more than a 3, but I think realistically it's definitely not more than a 3 out of 5. Its bonuses are good. They're good for culture victory. They're not going to be, insanely game-changing like Eiffel Tower or Cristo Redentor, but they are at least, somewhat beneficial towards you attaining your victory, and I think that they are decent. Yeah, as I mentioned, I don't really know why I like this wonder as much as I do, because for whatever reason, I really like it, but it's not that outstanding, but it still is at least decent. As far as its use cases are concerned, there are really 2, and they really just kind of correspond to its bonuses. So for one, the extra great work slots is something that is nice. As I mentioned, the one about music especially is the more valuable of the 2, because great work of writing slots are really easy to come by, because every single amphitheater that you build is going to give you 2 of those, but great work of music slots are a little bit harder to come by, especially during the industrial era, so for that reason, I think it is one of the good uses of this wonder. The other nice thing is that you do get, a small culture boost from just getting those 2 free civics, so it is something that's nice. I mean, maybe this can help get you towards researching the technology or the civic that gives you Cristo Redentor a little bit faster, so for that reason, I think it is decent, and this is honestly even like a little bit of inspiration to maybe build this in a game where you're not even going for a culture victory, but you just want some free civics. Then if you have a city that you have a bunch of, extra production in that you don't really need to use for anything else, you could build this wonder and get some free civics out of it. As far as its difficulty rating is concerned, I think that it deserves a 2, which is kind of surprising, honestly, just because this is a wonder that has very easy building requirements to satisfy, and normally whenever wonders have easy building requirements, it means that the AI will build them very fast on deity, but for whatever reason, this wonder a lot of the time isn't built by the AI, and I really don't know why. I guess they really just don't like it. You can't be like super lazy, so that's why I don't think it's a 1 difficulty. Because you really can't just totally ignore it for a long time and then just go back and decide you want it, but you definitely don't have to be super hardcore rushing towards this wonder in order to be able to build it on deity. So for that reason, I think it deserves a 2. And as far as its consistency rating is concerned, I think that it deserves a 4. It is, for the most part, a pretty consistent wonder, especially if you're going for Culture Victory. You'll be able to use all of its bonuses in, pretty much whenever you're going for Culture Victory. And even if you're not going for Culture Victory, you still can use the free civics, or you could use the extra Great Work slots to, maybe get yourself, I don't know, like a small bit of extra culture just from having those Great Works there. It's not going to be insanely good, but it at least is usable when you're going for other victory types. The other thing that is a little bit inconsistent about it is how useful the free civics or extra Great Work slots are going to be, because if you're going for Culture Victory and you're already like a super culture powerhouse that's making 400 culture per turn and you have 3 million Great Work slots, then chances are getting an additional 2 free civics and, 2 free Great Work slots is probably not going to be like significant as in terms of your overall impact in the game. So for that reason, I think it does deserve the 4. I mean, nonetheless, it's still going to have a good impact in any game, but so it just varies as to how useful it's going to be in the grand scheme of things. So for that reason, I think it deserves the 4. So thank you everyone for watching. I have been the Saxy Gamer. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to like. If not, feel free to dislike. If you're looking for some more Civilization 6 content, feel free to subscribe. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.